Welcome back to Rev It Up Bowling. My name is Jason Robarge, and today we got a brand new Ebonite ball. So, Game Breaker 5 Hybrid. So this is the new Game Breaker that Ebonite released for 2026. It has a hybrid cover stock, the HK22 GB 12.7 Hybrid. Now the 12.7 has been on some other bowling balls like the Matrix and the Game Breaker 3. However, this has HK22 in it, probably giving it more oomph in the mid lane. So, we're gonna go ahead and bowl on our traditional house shot. We're gonna be going up 5 and all the way across the lane in order to see what this ball does. Some shots will strike, some shots probably won't. So we're gonna figure that out right now. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, Game Breaker 5. So I'm a big fan of the Game Breakers. Really the only one I hadn't liked was the Game Breaker 2 re-release for some reason, but that was a decade ago and I was a completely different bowler. So here lately, the Game Breaker 4 Pearl was money. Game Breaker 5 Pearl, money. Game Breaker 4 Hybrid, really good. Now that one did come out of box more like a Pearl, more shiny and stuff. So I'm expecting this to have more mid lane coming out of box at about 2,000 and being a HK22 Hybrid. So let's go ahead and get it going up 5 board. Like I said, it's gonna hook, but we'll see. Oh wait, I changed. Yeah, baby, strikes from anywhere. New ball carry. So 5 board, hooks too early with my rev range sub. I don't think we found a single ball that actually works at 5 board yet on house shot, but we'll see if there's a new urethane coming out and we'll try that. Second arrow, do the same thing I did before. I did take a little hand to get some speed on her, give her a chance, but didn't work out too well. Nice. So that one's like 8 at the arrows, got it like 5. A little bit further right than I wanted, but picked the mid lane where I wanted and it blended the pattern out. So that looked pretty good. Not my forte to play there. However, it did look quite good. So let's see what this looks like. I'm curious to see how this compares to some balls like the Hammerhead, the original Hammerhead. I love that ball. I threw at Nationals, I threw 299 with it. Really, really good ball, very controllable, very smooth. So if I can find something that maybe is a little cleaner than a Hammerhead, I'd be pretty happy without going into like a Hammerhead Pearl or something of that nature where it really wants to extend its length. So hopefully get something that blends more when the Hammerhead starts overhooking or hooking too early. Third arrow. Got it right. And it came back. So I got the rights today. I also had the rights in a tournament yesterday. And when you have the rights when you're playing urethane up 5, it didn't end well. So we're gonna move left more, just teensy bit. Just left the third arrow. I'm actually gonna try to actually hit third arrow this time and not send it to 3. Very nice. Kept in the oil more, retained more energy, went through the pins pretty well. So I'd say that's about where I usually play this house shot anyways. So from what I'm seeing right now, other balls that played this area with differences in actual ball motion, but had the same hook potential was like the Hammerhead, Danger Zone, even the Deviate Dark Side Curse with its solid cover stock, that makes it a little stronger. Those are all struck in this area. So I'm thinking bowling balls like those are gonna be pretty close to this one. Let's move further left. Nice. So a lot more strikes, bowling one-handed, I'll tell you that. I ain't as good as Ace yet. So far what I've seen, just to give you guys a conversation about it, very predictable. So far what I've seen is it still has its 2,000 base on it. So I'm sure if I was to put 4,000 or even into a compound, it's gonna get more responsive on the back end. But so far what I've seen, even with fresh oil and even with me moving in, it's blending that mid lane quite well. So I know it has some traction in like medium type volume. Also Red Bull, I can be your bowling action star. I don't know if that'll work, but you know. I'll jump a car over the building and throw a strike, I don't care. I got a BMW that doesn't run, I'll launch it. Move more left, I wanna see you puke. Ah, I did it. Okay, so we're starting to get into the point where it got too far down lane. Got into about 4th arrow on that one, which is pretty typical. If I was throwing in a danger zone or especially my mid-type control pieces, that's what I've been seeing on fresh here. So that makes sense, and I like that because I do like mid-tier bowling balls that provide control. Oh, the alert. Maybe a little earlier, smoother shape, but probably would play roughly in the same part of the lane. You just needed to pick up a little earlier. That would be something like the alert. Now I'm gonna make an adjustment, same spot, and we're gonna see if we can get the 10 out. We're just gonna slow it down, that's all we're gonna do. All right, better. So it's definitely struggling to pick up the corner right there. I bet you if I had a team on League, I would probably start seeing carry down, and this ball might be a little sensitive to carry down from house shot. Now, as many of you know, when house shot carries down, we're carrying a lot of that volume that's so concentrated in the middle down lane. So it's a lot more apparent, a lot more abrupt. So I'm sure if I was playing this part of the lane, I will see in the matter of, it could be half a game even, like really, really early, that this ball will start skating, getting behind the head pin some. And this ball still requires some friction to blend off of. And if it does get carried a little too far down lane, just like any other ball, it's gonna start wrapping 10 or 7s or other weird stuff. So let's move back right, just to get back more into the comfort zone of this ball. Nice. Now, as many of you know, there's new ball carry. Now, my biggest thing is new ball carry is definitely real. But my favorite thing about a new ball, instant confidence. I'm a millennial. I don't want to work for crap. I want instant results. So far, this ball has become very comfortable very quickly for me. Now, for me, usually mid-tier, smooth, controllable pieces do that for me. When I start getting into the big ASIMs, especially pearls, control is less, it's a little harder for me to control those pieces. For something like this, more rev dominant, I know I can pick this up in League and be able to throw it right out of the gate and it still be controllable without having to throw a big old hook monster like a Zero Mercy or something like that. Let's try to throw another shot. And then we'll do a couple more after this, just moving further back right. Hook. Not the greatest shot off my hand, but that's okay. Now the layout I did put in this is the pin is in the ring finger, which gives me a 4 3/4 by 50. That's my go-to layout for a lot of my symmetrics. Not all of them, but anything I want to be a smooth, controllable piece without killing it in one way or another, without really reducing hook potential, I usually do this layout. I definitely didn't want to burn ball, so I wasn't gonna go long pin. I didn't want it to snap really hard because I want to be a control piece, so I didn't go pin up. Now pin down sometimes for me can be more continuous, too continuous on the back end, so I go for that ring finger as the best of both worlds. But everyone's a little different. We're gonna move right. Yeah, that's to be expected. So yeah, so far, if you're looking for a mid-tier piece that fits in your bag where maybe it's not your benchmark ball, but you do need something where maybe if you're in a house and they're a little older pairs, older lanes, so you need a smooth, controllable piece, but the heads are so burnt up from all the friction that an actual solid, GB5 solid or something like that, reads too early. So this hybrid will give you some more length, but it still provides you that control in that mid lane, which is quite nice. Let's go right more. Pick speed up. Oh, yeah. So I'm really good at leaving 10 pins. I don't know if you guys ever watched my videos. 8 pins, 10 pins, all day long. Let's go ahead and throw 1 or 2 more, and we'll go ahead and close the video. Oh, as far as color goes, I know Brunswick's really into their blues and purples, but man, this blue looks phenomenal. I really like the color of this ball. We're gonna move even more right. I'm just trying to make it strike from there, and I just keep getting behind the head pin. All right, that was pretty good. Not too bad. But we're gonna go ahead, I want to try to close off on a strike for you guys. So we're gonna go back to where we want it to be, where the ball likes to be, which right now is left of 3rd arrow and about right of 4th arrow. We're ending on 10 pin, but that is the review of the new Game Breaker 5 Hybrid. I hope you guys look at some ball reviews, and if you're interested, hop over to your local pro shop or hop online and pick one up. Again, if you're more rev dominant, I think you're really gonna like this ball, but it's gonna be one of the most versatile balls I think on the market. It's gonna be suitable for low rev rate or high rev rate. It has a strong enough cover stock that doesn't lock one or two out, but its core is not ridiculous to where if you have a lot of hand, it's more unplayable. So I think this can be a very, very versatile piece for Ebonite in 2026. And if you guys are looking for that, go ahead and go pick one up. If you guys like this video, please smash that sub button and that like button. And if you're interested or have any comments, please leave us a comment below. But with that said, my name is Jason Robarge. We're Rev It Up Bowling. Much love. Peace.